That does really narrow it down. In fact, the gray-crowned crane is the national bird of this country.
I feel like the gray-crowned crane does not actually narrow it down for me, Marco. Hey, Marco.
Carolyn, how you doing?
I am good. Are you ready for a very world-themed quiz here?
Yeah, always ready for a little quiz.
We're going to play a GeoQuiz. Our producers have given us this list of hints to try to get us to guess one particular country in the world.
Got it.
So after each hint, we write our guesses down so that at the end we can see who guessed what and when. I've got my notepad right here.
Yeah, me too. And once I make a guess, is that like my final answer, or can I change my mind as the clues go on?
You can change your mind as many times as you want, but you got to show us your receipts at the end, so we're gonna know when each of us have guessed something.
Yeah, no fooling around here.
All right, should we get started?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here goes the first hint. In March 2020, many schools worldwide closed their doors due to the COVID-19 pandemic. This country had the longest lockdown. Its schools remained fully or partially shut down for more than 83 weeks, which affected more than 10 million learners.
And also, we have a little bit more information on this one. Most public schools in this country were unable to offer virtual schooling.
So I feel like the longest COVID lockdowns makes me think it's China, but I think they would have a lot more than 10 million students.
Yeah.
And I think they were good about online learning.
They have the technology. So there's just so many options with that first one.
Okay, so the next clue. Let's get some more information. In August of 2021, the United States withdrew its last troops from Afghanistan. This exit resulted in the Taliban regaining control of the country and creating a refugee crisis. The country we are looking for quickly offered to host 2,000 people.
Okay, and here goes another bonus hint. This country hosts the largest number of refugees on the continent where it's located, and it's also the fourth largest refugee hosting country in the world. Okay.
All right. I got another idea.
Okay, yeah, me too. That one was super helpful.
Ready for the next one?
Yeah, hit me.
This country has 6.5 billion barrels of oil underground in its territory. 1.4 billion of that is recoverable. The country has been working for years on a multinational project to develop, refine, and transport this oil, which at this point is set to be completed in 2026. But this project has been controversial because of its environmental and social impact.
In 2023, the country's top exports were gold, followed by coffee. Wow. All right.
Okay.
So
I'm in
any
a different
thoughts that I had
continent now.
about Europe, gone.
I'm in a different continent now.
All right. I can't believe that would be the place, but I'm going to write it down anyway. All right. You have made your third guess?
Yeah. All right. Okay. Oh, okay. The parliament of this country passed an act called the Anti-Homosexuality Act in 2013, which prohibited sexual relations between persons of the same sex. The bill was signed into law shortly after, but the Constitutional Court ruled it invalid on procedural grounds.
But the story didn't end there, because in 2023, the president signed into law a new Anti-Homosexuality Act, which prescribes sentences as harsh as life imprisonment and even the death penalty. The law does not just prohibit sexual relations between persons of the same sex, but it goes as far as banning the promotion of homosexuality, among other measures. All right, I have a guess, and I bet you do too.
Me too, but I'm so worried it's wrong. I think I'm getting closer, though.
Can I say what I think it is? Because I think I nailed it
not
on
till the
number
end.
3. All right, no, all right.
Because you guys at home are also playing along.
Next clue.
Okay. The country we're looking for has a small but emerging film industry. It has submitted one movie for the Oscars in all of its history, and it was in 2022 for the 2023 awards.
And what was the movie about? Well, it's a story of a garbage collector who experiences a mental breakdown after the death of his infant son. I'm having a tough time recalling this movie. I shouldn't, though.
The small but emerging film industry now has me questioning my earlier choice.
Yeah, but that clue.
I'm going to switch it up.
Okay. All right. I'm sticking with my guns.
I switch it up. I've switched it up every single time. All right.
Are you? Did you? Wow. Okay.
Yeah. I have no allegiances here.
Okay.
No faith in myself, I guess.
We're on to hint number 6.
We're on to hint number 6. This country has won a total of 13 medals in the Olympic Games. The first athlete to win a gold medal representing this country did so at the Munich Games in 1972.
And I see we're talking about the Summer Games here. This country has never competed at the Winter Olympic Games, which narrows the list, obviously. Also, all these wins were in athletics and boxing. Yeah, I'm sticking.
You have so much more confidence than me right now. I feel like I'm going to go back to my number 4 guess. Okay. Number 7. Nobody from this country has won a Nobel Prize, but in 2015, a young man was nominated for the Peace Award for his work helping victims of war. He himself grew up in a displacement camp.
Continuing that hint, he suffered the brutality of a conflict that started in the 1980s and affected citizens of this country and the surrounding territories. The resulting humanitarian crisis included the abduction and torture of civilians, the use of child soldiers, and widespread human rights violations. Wow. I'm glad I did not give my answer back at turn number 4. I may go back to one of my previous guesses, but right now I'm kind of on a high wire here. Not very well balanced. Let's go to hint number 8.
All right, let's do it. I just inserted more uncertainty into my answer sheet. Okay. Science. We're going to talk about science now, and talk about a scientist from the country we're looking for who now lives and works in the United States. She is the NASA Harvest Program Director for her continent, and her research includes drought, agriculture, and food security.
And all this is important because 81% of the country's population is engaged in rain-fed subsistence farming. Agriculture contributes up to 40% of its total GDP. I'm like, it's one of 2 places, maybe?
I'm sticking with my previous guess.
Let's go to clue
Ready?
number 9. Yeah.
Hint number 9. We're almost there. I'm hoping somehow magically it's going to become clear in the next 2 hints. Okay. This country is home to several endangered species. Some of them are the eastern gorilla, the chimpanzee, the savanna elephant, and the gray-crowned crane.
All right.
That's all for that one.
That does really narrow it down. In fact, the gray-crowned crane is the national bird of this country, even if it can be found all over the continent.
I feel like the gray-crowned crane does not actually narrow it down for me, Marco.
Yeah, I think it's the eastern gorilla, chimpanzee hints that you were offering a moment ago that helped me. But
all right, I'm changing it up. Ready? Final clue?
Final hint. Yeah, go
Final
for it.
clue? Okay. This country is nicknamed the Pearl of Africa.
Yeah, I got nothing to add there. That's it. The Pearl of Africa.
I feel like you know this for sure now. And I still don't.
If I go back to clue number 3.
That's what's doing it for you?
It was coffee and gold, or gold followed by coffee. And, should we lay out our answers? Because I'll tell you what I think it is, and then I'll tell you why that one really confused me. I think it's Uganda.
Okay.
But for a moment there, I thought Ghana, because gold and coffee definitely are big exports from Ghana. But there was also an anti-homosexuality bill. I just don't remember the years that they passed in both places, in Uganda and Ghana. But Uganda, it was the gorillas that led me to Uganda. So I say Uganda. Yeah.
So I was with Ghana there for a while too, and then I was in Somalia, and then I landed on DRC, which I don't think is right.
All right.
Okay, we have the answer, it looks like.
Producers say Uganda, followed by 5 exclamation points.
You were right. Good job,
All right,
Marco.
so I went South Africa, Germany, Ghana, and then that clue on the child soldiers. I was like, Liberia, Sierra Leone. There's no coffee really to speak of there. And then number 8 was. I just know, like, I wasn't aware of that NASA Harvest program, but I knew that, like, Uganda is really big into kind of alternative agriculture methods, rain harvesting, like, obviously a big one. So I was like, it's not Ghana, it's probably Uganda. And then the last 2 was pretty clear.
Yeah, not for me. I feel like you did have an unfair advantage on this one because you did live and work on the continent for a while. But I will show you. So I was first Italy with a million question marks, Germany.
I was thinking Italy too, yeah.
Then I finally got to the right continent, Kenya, Nigeria, Ghana, Nigeria again. But I was like, Nollywood, it's not small but emerging. Somalia, DRC. I landed on DRC. I don't know why. I'm just wrong. Uganda, clearly the right choice here, especially with the gorillas.
Sometimes we win, sometimes we're wrong.
Sometimes we win, sometimes we're wrong. Maybe next time I will have better luck. How did you do at home? We are really interested to hear. Did you get it right? Let us know in the comments and subscribe to the World Channel for more GeoQuizzes like this one and lots of other international stories.
Yeah, bust out your atlas and we'll see you next time.